Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I wanted to tell you my story that is a bit similar to the story that I watched last night on Julie's Reborns 1, where she took out her silicone baby one day recently, and one of the ladies was admiring it and looking at it, and when the lady got hold of it, she started just throwing the doll up and down in the air, and Julie and her mum were mortified, and I couldn't believe the way this strange lady was handling their very expensive, very breakable silicone doll. And when I was watching it, it actually reminded me of the experience that I had. I had a bad experience with someone who had gotten hold of one of my dolls. And so I wanted to share that with you. So about a year ago, maybe even 2 years ago, I had decided that I was going to start up a small, company where I would get my collection of reborn dolls, a small collection of about 6, and I would go around to nursing homes and offer some reborn therapy with them. And so I made a brochure and I got 2 dolls, 2 of my really good dolls. And my sister and I went around just randomly. We just cold called some nursing homes and went there and were showing people the dolls, showing them what they're going to get, what sort of quality that we have, and pictures of other ones. And they were all totally amazed. So we went around to quite a few of the nursing homes. And everything generally was good. They were just like amazed. They were gentle. They were like just gently touching their faces or their hair or their body, or holding them gently like a baby, like you're meant to do. They were reborns. There was no silicones because they were just being too heavy for reborn therapy for elderly people. And this particular baby you see here, which is Sarah, which is a Sarah sculpt by Adri Stowarty. This is the actual baby that it happened to, and I was really not happy when what happened. So I had her in a little carrier, really cute, like baby carrier, and she was looking beautiful, and she had a nice blanket underneath her. And one of the nursing homes we walked into, one of the ladies who work there, I think one of the nurses, she walked over and she's like, "Oh my God, what a cute baby!" And I said, "Oh, it's actually not a baby, it's a doll." And she's like, "I'm totally amazed." And then one of her workmates came around the corner, and suddenly this idea got into her head that she was going to start being really rough with the baby in front of her friend, to like sort of make a joke like, "Oh, look at me, I'm hurting a real baby." And so I didn't know that this was all in her head. So I'm just standing there and she's like, "Oh," calling this lady over. So the lady came over, and then I was mortified. She went like this to my doll. She grabbed her head and she started violently, and I mean really violently, shaking her whole head backwards and forwards like this for about 30 seconds. And I couldn't believe what she was doing, because if this baby had painted hair, it wouldn't have mattered so much. But because this baby has got beautifully rooted, it's got painted hair, but the lady has gone over it with a very fine root, and with rooted actual hair, and it actually makes this doll one of my favorites, because it not only has very sparse newborn looking hair, which I love, but it's also like when you're cuddling her, you get the very soft baby hair on your face and in your in your hands when you're touching her head. So to me, like, this is the perfect combo, is having the mixture of the very fine hair and the very fine painted hair. And here she is, like, doing this, shaking her head, and I'm thinking about all of the hair that's on the back of her head that could be breaking off, falling off, being like massive. And I was like, "Oh my God." And sort of just as I was about to say something, she stopped. And then she was laughing to her friend and going, "Oh, it's not real, it's just a doll." And I was like, "Oh my God, I cannot believe that she just treated my reborn doll like that." I was like mortified. And I just grabbed the doll and the thing, and I just moved it right away from that lady because I was scared that if the next person walked past, was she going to do it again? And so, oh my God, it's just a warning out there that with Julie's Reborns, like all she was doing was showing this lady her doll, and suddenly she started throwing the doll, well, sort of like pulling it up in the air and then down and up and down, and they were mortified. And then this lady just out of the blue started like wildly shaking my doll's head, like she was pushing it really hard and shaking it really hard. And I will have to say, this has really upset me, but right at this moment, at the whole back of this doll's head, apart from just the top bit, it's all bald. It's all bald. There's no hair there. Now, is that a coincidence that this woman violently shook this doll's hair and now she's totally bald in that area? I think probably not. I think that would be very highly likely that this doll has got hair everywhere but that back part. So I am not a happy camper with that. So, but I can't turn back time. But it's just, I suppose, like Julie's video was a warning to people, my video is also a warning that if you're taking your babies out in public, people can react really, really strange and can get it in their head that they think, oh, I thought this was a doll, so someone else will think this is, I thought this was a real baby, so someone else is going to think this is a real baby, and I'm going to play a prank on that person and do something not good to this doll so it'll look like I'm hurting a baby. I don't know why anyone would pull that prank. I would never do that. I would never even think to do that, but anyways, so this is just, yes, Julie's video was a warning, and my video is to second that. And I would really love to hear your stories. Have anyone out there in the Reborn community, has something similar happened to you? Because if it's happened to Julie, it's happened to me. I'm thinking, how many other people has this happened to? So we'd really, really love to hear your stories. You can either do a Reborn tag. We could make this into a tag. If this has happened to you, you could say, my horrible Reborn experience with abuse, or if you just want to put it in the comments down below, that's all good. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed seeing this. It wasn't a really nice video to do, but I think it's important that everyone is aware and just be careful with their Reborns. So, because people don't know that they cost thousands or hundreds of dollars. They just don't know that, you know. They think that they're like $20 in the supermarket or, you know, Kmart, Target. They don't know. We spend hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars on these dolls. So, yeah, just be careful. Anyway, okay, thanks for watching. Until next time, see you later.